All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Channel Divinity. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I think the first thing we've got is just a quick shout out. If you were here for our boss battle last session, go ahead and watch that episode if you missed it. But if you're curious to see how the party performed overall, if you go jump over to our Instagram stories, we put up a quick little graphic over there of just kind of general performance of damage taken, given, average damage per round, all sorts of fun stuff, courtesy of a mod that I will post in the comments of that Instagram when I have a chance to get the name of it. But go check that out and join our Discord if you haven't already too. The link should pop up in chat at some point during the stream. So we'd love to have you there. And with that, I think I'll throw it over to Aison for a recap.
Yeah. So last session, the started with the party taking watch throughout the night, beginning with Sirius and Lance. Sirius kind of expressed feeling left out and being a little bit bothered by the fact that his friends didn't include him in the fight against the mosquitoes. Lance apologized and took responsibility, and the two seemed to reconcile. Later on, they noticed that the wolves were out hunting. They could hear them. They woke up Calesta and Wellen to Calesta and me. I'm the one speaking to do our watches. I wild shaped to get the better sense of the surroundings to see where the wolves were, to see if they were coming our way. But as the evening went on, I didn't catch anything. I changed back to my normal form, and we talked about art a little bit. I got to see Calesta draw me when I was a wolf. It was pretty cool. Then Liz, after doing her trance, woke up and did the last hours of the watch by herself. In the morning, Rudolphus, the werewolf guy, showed up and warned us that Merrick knows that we're coming and knows something's going on. He had gotten information about Dirk from us somehow. So we reconsidered our plans. We got the tea leaves from Rudolphus that was going to help Sirius when he first became a werewolf. And Rudolphus told us that Merrick, he had lost his family when the Ashari attacked, and that's why he was so hell-bent on being an asshole, I guess. The group devised a plan for handling the attack, and they planned for Rodolphus, Kashgar, and Tharsha, Kashgar's mother, to go take on two of the weaker werewolves in the pack, as well as Rodolphus promised us he thought that he could get Trish and Yishai to just go ahead and leave the pack and not have to fight at all. So it left us fighting Merrick and the twins. With a plan in place, we waited for early in the morning to ambush them. We entered the cave with Liz and Calesta in front. We grabbed those herbs that Rodolphus left for us to help us resist getting infected with lycanthropy as well. And we jumped them. Liz and Calesta met with Merrick and one of the twins first, where Merrick offered to let us all leave and live, and as well as extended an offer for Sirius to help him tame and understand his lycanthropy, his gift. And Sirius declined, and then we started scrapping. The Pola, that archer lady, shot Sirius in the back, and Lance jumped down to take her on. While upstairs, I pulled off a hold person, and Liz and Calesta were able to get in and pretty quickly take control of the situation with Merrick. Sirius got knocked out by the other twin pretty early on, and things got rocky for a little bit. But as the fight went on, we were able to pull it all together. Sirius was the one to finally finish Merrick off. And when he did, he heard this strange voice that said, "Excellent work, my child. You may prove your bloodline useful yet." Calesta and Wellen, me, bring the twins to brutal ends, and Lance piles up the bodies after the combat's over. Amidst everyone kind of taking stock and being relieved, me, Liz, and Calesta ran out to catch Kashgar and Tharsha and Rudolphus to see how their fight went, and that's where we are now, running out into the woods.
It is, in fact, where we are now as Calesta, Liz, and Wellen rush off and round this corner, kind of beginning to slosh through the stream. You actually see at the foot of the cave a woman who looks pretty similar to Rudolphus, minus the symbolic tattoo on her forehead that was very similar to Paula's. Kind of limps a little bit forward, and you see Rudolphus looking very badly injured, sort of holding like some sort of makeshift patch over a thick wound on his leg, is leaning on Kashgar, who looks a bit hurt, but he looks like he's doing all right as they sort of limp forward towards the cave. And Rudolphus kind of just looks up at you folks, kind of just like questioning in his eyes, and Kashgar just says, Is it done?
Yeah.
Well, there ain't a scratch on me.
Yeah, we're here. Let me take care of you. I want to run up to to Rodolphus and just start immediately like trying to tend to do whatever I can with my kind of wrappings and stuff to tend to his wounds a little bit.
Okay, cool. He's not in immediate danger right now, but you can
I'm
kind of use.
I'm not gonna spend any healing on him. I just wanna help him catch everything. Yeah, get everything.
Yeah, as you do so, you kind of help Kashgar take this weight, and you kind of Rudolphus leans over on you as Kashgar comes out from underneath his arms and just walks over to Liz and just pulls you into just like a big old bear hug, and just like whispers like into the top of your head, just like, "Thank you, thank you." Go ahead.
That while Wellen's doing that, Calesta's gonna walk over and ask, "So how did it go?"
The woman who you presume to be Kashgar's mother says, it's done. It was a harder fight than anticipated, but it is done."
Did you have to kill them?
She just kind of looks down at her feet and just says, "They wouldn't see reason."
I'm sorry. It must be really tough to have to come to blows with comrades like that.
Rodolphus kind of leaning against you, and kind of leaning way sort of down against you. Just kind of coughs a little bit, and it's just, yes, it's not easy, but we tried to reason, and then that's how. And he kind of gestures to this like kind of oozing wound, Wellen, that you're tending to at the top of his thigh. He says, "Unfortunately, that's how I got this thing."
Can I make like a
pocket out?
Can I make like a medicine check to like stop the bleeding or oozing or something?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Oh, that was almost a good roll.
Still with the 12, you're able to kind of put a little bit of a poultice of herbs and stuff underneath a clean bandage on there, and he kind of like sucks his teeth a little bit, but it's not going to immediately fix it. But if he kind of keeps it clean, keeps that on there for the next couple of days, it should prevent any sort of infection.
Okay. This should keep you good for a little while. I think you may need to redress it in like a week or so, but I think that you should be all right.
Thank you all. Are the other two okay?
We should go see them, I guess, see how they're doing. Should we just walk back into the cave?
They're all right.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Kashgar kind of says as he Rudolphus leans on him once more, and all of you sort of make your way back into where Sirius and Lance are at. What are the two of you doing kind of while everybody else is outside?
So your boy definitely noticed the big ass sword that the man that I murdered was holding.
Yes.
And
he did have this sort of It's it's like a great sword almost. It's a very, very large. Is it a great sword or a long sword? It's a large sword, I should say, that has this sort of like wicked, like black onyx looking blade that has these like blood red runes that are sort of very, very dark red that almost blend into the metal of it, that are down the center of the blade that's sort of strapped to his back. And as you have him and the twins sort of all piled there, you definitely will notice that.
I will go ahead and sort of, tentatively remove it from the corpse, and then just sort of hilt first, put it in my bag of holding.
Great. So definitely add. It's an unidentified greatsword.
Cool. I will
yeah.
definitely add that. What could possibly go wrong?
That's a whole D&D mechanic we haven't even had to get into because we don't have anyone who can do identify right now. Oh no.
Yeah. Are you guys looking around a bit more? Are you what are you up to? I will say on Merrick, you also kind of pick up. He's got like a glass bottle that you would recognize to be a potion of some kind of healing.
Okay.
And a small gold pouch.
Can I go ahead and pocket both of those? Again, just sort of like checking the bodies for anything on their person that could be useful, I suppose.
Yeah, so that's what you find on just sort of your very first cursory search. If you want to make an investigation check, and Lance, you're welcome to make one too if you're helping with this, or you can help Sirius, either or. Go ahead and make investigation checks.
I don't think Lance would check their bodies. So sorry, Sirius, this time.
Nah, you're fine, Doug. I ain't pressed about it. This is gonna be a great roll. Let's go. That's a 7. Let's go.
So Sirius with a 7, I will say the only other thing that you find is as you're sort of taking this this potion from his body, you kind of, as you unclasp it, a small note falls out of his pocket. And you kind of go to read it, and it's written in common, but it's saying things that are sort of nonsense. Like it's kind of a nothing note, but it's not like it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
I just can't seem to read it. But question: would the other person's bow also be around, other than what's his name's greatsword?
Yeah, so she has a longbow, kind of was on her back that sort of just fell when she did that. It doesn't, you kind of take a cursory glance, it doesn't immediately look to be special or magical, but it's a longbow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm not there. I shouldn't even be talking. It's fine. Go ahead.
If Lance saw her belongings, he'd probably bring them and put them right next to her. And then probably just leave it there.
Cool. Yeah, she didn't really seem to have much on her person other than the bow. And it's kind of as you finish bringing these belongings over, you all rejoin as a group, including the injured Lycans who have come to reclaim their home.
Well, I'm guessing that you're Tharsha, right?
Yes, I'm Tharsha. It's great to meet you.
I'm Lizabeth Ryman, and this is my buddy Wellen, and that there's Calesta and Lance, and that one's Sirius over there.
Hi. Thank you all for this and for not killing my boy. He says that you had very good reason to and spared his life, and for that I am eternally grateful.
And I turned to Kashgar and I'm like, I'm sorry I was such a bad sport about almost killing you. I was really upset at the time.
Listen, man. Honestly, you had every reason to be. I have spent the last couple of days doing a bit of reflecting after some conversations that I had with Sirius, and just you had every right to, and I'm grateful that you didn't.
Yeah, I'm grateful we didn't have to.
And Rodolphus kind of groans as he gets settled sort of on one of the cots next to this fire pit here as Thar just sort of continues to tend to him. And they kind of look up at you folks and say, so, do y'all need a place to stay for the evening? Are you continuing to travel? Or
I don't have plans for the night, I guess.
well, you're welcome to stay. It ain't no inn, but it's safe, at least. Aison, we can't hear you.
I mean, we were on the road, before we got here. I guess we'll get back on the road when we head out. But are you guys gonna be all right here? Are you guys have any plans for what you're gonna do next?
We'll probably, and this is Rodolphus kind of sitting up, propping himself up on his forearms, and he says, we'll stay at least for the week till we're well enough to travel, and then we'll try and relocate somewhere a bit more isolated, where the elders won't find us if they don't hear from Merrick for too long. I'm sure they'll come and knock in, but we'll probably go maybe up towards the Gray Valley, up that way.
You guys won't be held responsible for. I mean, I know you had a part in this, but you could just tell them that some strangers came in and killed your leader, similar to what happened previously, right?
Left us alive. They won't find us to come knocking in the first place. I think dissociating ourselves from all this and their plans might be for the best.
If you do happen to run into them though, and they have some questions, it's Lizabeth Ryman, defeater of the werewolves. Has a nice ring to it, don't it?
Kashgar laughs like a little bit too hard at Liz's joke. It sure does.
Yes, it's not. I don't want people to come hunting us because we're killing werewolves, but I guess so. That'd be cool. It's cool to have a cool nickname.
I'm trying to build a reputation.
We can build a reputation. You can build a reputation. You have
about
all the right
branding.
Maybe
At this,
go ahead.
I was gonna say
Go ahead, Kyra.
okay. I was gonna say at this point, Calesta's gonna come over, probably mostly talking to Rodolphus since he's kind of the oldest and a semi-established head now. And she's going to ask, so does this drug trade end with Merrick? Or is this a larger issue here?
I think the drug specifically, I think that's Merrick and his old buddy. Dank Dork, I don't remember his name, but
He's irrelevant anyway.
I think some scheme cooked up between the two of them. I do think the elders will not be pleased, but they can't find me, and they don't know who y'all are. what's there to do about it?
Not much. So I know that you said that this was mainly Merrick who was going through this. So the elders are also not trying to turn others into Lycans.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as saying that. They're interested in the expansion of our kind. Certainly, it was a directive from the elders to Merrick to rebuild our numbers. Methods of which they could honestly probably care less about. They leave that to him. But certainly is something they have a vested interest in seeing be successful for sure. I wish I could tell you more, but they keep their identities pretty close to the chest. At least with folks like me who aren't their lieutenants, so to speak, like Merrick was.
That's understandable. Thank you for the information.
We're not
Of
like
course.
we're not like gonna become like werewolf hunting, like a werewolf hunting group, are we? Is this like what we're gonna do now?
I would check with the werewolf destroyer.
I mean, we don't have to. Y'all don't wanna.
When you say it like that,
This is the most.
Liz is like mentally calculating how hard it would be to convince Wellen to become a werewolf hunter with her.
I mean,
I
hopefully
had one more question though. You said that somehow Merrick had gotten word about what happened with Dirk. Do you know how that happened?
I overheard him and the twins talking. He got a message from someone over there. I don't know how.
It was that
someone in his camp.
That gnome lady. She probably tipped him off somehow.
I wish I knew more. I wish I was.
You know, it's actually weird. Dirk also had a set of twins that worked with him. But I don't know, it's just a crazy coincidence.
Maybe
Crazy
we
coincidence.
Should find a pair of twins.
Maybe that.
I'm not sure how that would work.
From the werewolf hunting troop that we're gonna make.
Calesta's gonna make a face and just kind of like one of those. Okay, sure.
It'd be a great song.
We're headed up north into the forest on the way to Whitestone. I know it was a group of Ashari who originally attacked your people. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know who they are or why they did that, but maybe with my help, you guys might be able to find some type of clandestine space within the forest to stay in.
You would do that.
I can't guarantee anything. I don't know these people, but we share some kind of culture, and hopefully we share some values that I can use to persuade them to undo the, I think might be a pretty bad wrong they might have committed.
We probably shouldn't go back home, but I would really love to see those trees again.
I mean, I don't know if you guys are in shape to travel with us, but maybe we can go ahead of you and find some way to message back or leave a sign or leave a note or something if things go well. I don't know.
If you're willing to, that would be awfully kind of you. Tharja says, kind of looking a bit misty-eyed at the prospect. I don't think Rodolphus here can travel at least for a couple days, but if y'all head up ahead, we can travel near the roads and keep an eye out for some sort of sign.
Yeah, I guess I can't even really predict that we'll run into them. I don't know. I feel like I feel somewhat responsible, even though I'd had nothing to do with it. Something in me, I feel like I need to.
Well, I can show you at least the area in which they were at, which we were attacked. I'm sure they're somewhere near there.
Like on a map? Yeah, that would be helpful.
Do you have one?
Do we have a map? We have one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a map.
Our map boy.
Oh, do I have it? Is Lance listening to this conversation? I think he would be. Yeah, Lance.
Yeah, I think you're all there.
Yeah, Lance will probably pull out the map and walk over and like lay it out in front of everybody. Maybe over here, like on top of the box. And be like,
Awesome.
What are we doing?
Awesome. So I'm going to pull y'all over to the map, Taldori here. And if Cinque, you want to zoom in on the stream on the Parchwood Timberlands.
Parchwood Timbies.
In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that Tharja kind of takes your writing utensil and sort of marks a little, maybe, if I can. There is an X. Sort of right by the river, just a bit off into the roads in the forest. Maybe, Lance, you would estimate about a day's travel through the woods off of the main road.
I think he should roll to see if he knows down to the second how long it would take for us to get there.
Cool. Yeah, certainly. Go ahead and make a check with your cartographer's tools.
Okay. I actually don't think those are in my inventory.
Okay. Just roll, Lance, just roll, and we'll say an intelligence check plus your proficiency modifier.
Cool. Intelligence and that's supposed to. All right, give me a second.
All good.
Liz does a little like shimmy dance at the thought of like an X on a map.
Wellen, you also know that you're searching for a healer.
Right.
That should be a 14.
I forget his name every single time because it's something wild.
You can do it. I believe in you.
No, it's genuinely not in my brain. I have to like go scroll.
Apostos Brightsworn.
Oh yeah, because it sounds like an apostle. Apostos.
Something wild.
You also know that he was up the river in the timberlands that you're looking for, and he's to help you and potentially is able to help Sirius as well.
Right. We suspected that he was like at the mouth or like basically where the river meets the mountains, right?
In that general area. And Cinque with a 14 on that check. You know, it's a day and maybe day and a half-ish, maybe.
I can't get down to the minute. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Nah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he'll relay that information to the group. And so it's not too far, but it'll be a trip.
Yeah.
I mean, seems like we're headed that way though, so hopefully
certainly.
Hopefully we'll come across their path.
What should we look for if we're successful?
Is there some spell that I have to like that I can use? I can probably just burn something if I need to, but I don't know if I want to do that.
Is there?
I can skywrite. Yeah, I'll leave a message in the clouds. You should be able to see it from wherever you are.
Okay. Sounds great. We will keep an eye on the sky. Thank you all so much. Please. And Darja kind of shuffles around, sort of gets up from tending to Rodolphus and shuffles around in these crates over here for a minute before pulling out. Yeah, before pulling out a small pouch. Say small, a pretty decent sized leather pouch, and sort of holds it out in y'all's general direction and just says, this is. Please, for your trouble, you certainly do not have to do any of this.
It's just money? Not just, but like it's money?
Yes, please. Please let us repay you in some fashion.
We as a group have not talked about whether we take rewards for things we do, really. I don't know if we need to huddle about this. I kind of just look around.
Sure. Let's have a quick little huddle.
Whatever you need.
Give us like a couple of minutes, please.
Let's go.
Let's not huddle around the dead bodies.
I was gonna
Let's
go
come
down.
over here.
Yeah, I was gonna go down.
We're going down in an earlier round.
Great. Yeah, you all are able to kind of just take your time and huddle in a space. And what do you guys do?
So, I mean, Liz and I have kind of been moving around without a whole lot of money, but we also have been sleeping kind of outside under the stars before we met you guys. Like, it was cold some nights. It's nice having tents. It's nice being able to afford a place to stay if we're in a town.
Then take some of the money. Take the money.
Okay,
It's not gonna make me upset if you take it. They're being generous, and I don't know.
Do we know, like, is this her being like, this is all we have, please take it? Or is it like, we have enough that we're going to be okay, here is some extra?
She didn't say. So you can make an insight check to try and see. Any of you can, because you were all there for that conversation.
They also don't seem to like need money necessarily. They aren't like a part of societies that use money and they hunt for their own food, it seems like.
But we also don't want to take all of their money. Hey, me too, buddy.
Let's go. 8 buddies.
Best friends.
That's my best friend.
That's my best friend.
Woo! That's a natural 20.
A whopping 3 for Liz. I think she has a really good gauge on this situation.
Yeah. Liz was kind of distracted by this like pretty intense like diamond tattoo that's like right smack in the middle of her forehead. So it's kind of hard to read your facial expression because you're just kind of like,
You think if I got one of those that would like help with the image of like the werewolf defeater?
I mean,
think it'll make you look cooler.
It may make you look more like one, I think. But maybe that's disguised as part of the whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, like I pretend to be one of them so that they trust me, and then
Could work.
Sirius, do you know a tattoo artist in Whitestone?
Personally, no. Not big into tattoos, as it were. But I'm sure that I could ask around and that we could find you one.
We could all get matching ones.
I don't know if I want it on my forehead.
I'm not one getting on my
But I
forehead.
can get a diamond somewhere like in my wrist, like right here. That'd be kind of cool.
I could get it on my chest, I guess.
Sure. I suppose I could get a diamond like somewhere where it would be covered by my clothing, preferably.
I'm gonna have to think about this one.
With a natural 20 and a 19, both Wellen and Calesta realize that this is probably a good bit of the money that they have, but it's not everything, but it is, I would say, to put it in percentage-wise for Wellen with his nat 20, maybe like 85%.
Was there any, could I tell by like the size of it, like an approximate how much it was or how many pieces are in it or something?
Not really.
No? Okay. Yeah. It's not everything, but it is a lot of what they have. I don't know that they necessarily need that much money. It seems like they hunt for their own food and kind of keep to themselves. But maybe we should just take some of it. I think it'll be used. I think we definitely could use the money when we get into towns and stuff.
I agree. I don't see a reason not to take their generosity. Perhaps not all of it, but I know that probably would not make them feel the best just taking something for nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
If we want, we can kind of, like, if we want them to think that we take all of it, we can take all of it and then maybe leave some of it without them knowing.
Just leave it at the mouth of the cave where we left, where Rudolphus left those the herbs that we
just like sneak it back into their pockets.
Yeah, Liz is sneaky. She can sneak it back into the box.
I'd like to see it. I just want to see you do it.
Lance isn't gonna say it, but he's definitely like, yeah, let's see.
Just if I think maybe you're right, Calesta. It might be better for their pride for them to think that we're taking it.
All right.
Okay. I guess we'll go back up. I'm still concentrating on something. I shouldn't be.
All good. Great. So you all kind of move back up, and Tharja just looks at the groupie and says, "Well,
what is our plan
do you need another huddle?
What's our actual plan to first?
You did not establish one.
Liz is just going to kind of say, I hope you know that we didn't do this because we were expecting a payday out of it. I mean it when we say we did this because this is what was right. But we'll accept your generosity if that's what you'd like.
Please. Thank you. And you're the one they call Liz. Yes.
That's me.
It makes sense. She kind of whispers in kind of like a quiet whisper as Kashgar sort of is tending, kind of chatting with Rudolphus. She just kind of says, my boy talked quite a bit about your admirable qualities. Thank you. You're welcome to stay anytime you like.
Well, I do hope that we'll meet again someday.
Please. And she sort of hands you
very diplomatic response.
this pouch over. And Liz, you kind of take a quick look through it. It looks like there's about 90 gold pieces and a small diamond within it as well.
Liz immediately starts contemplating how hard it would be for her to fit the diamond into her forehead.
Oh, little Lizbert.
Yeah, flashbacks to something I
That's
don't
exactly
want to
what I
remember.
said. I was just muted.
Yeah.
Will y'all be staying tonight, or do you need to get back on the road?
Well, I mean, based off of what my buddy Lance said, it's about a day to where we're headed next. So
Oh,
If you went-
it's a day from the road. It's about a week or so through the woods to get all the way up there. Apologies if that wasn't clear.
Oh.
So it's a day
Yeah.
travel off of the road.
We still got to
So
get
it's-
all the way back to Terst Fields
Would it
and
be-
then
And
a
then
couple
up.
of days.
Yeah, would it be faster just to go
gotcha.
through Terrace Field instead of through the wood? Like go to Terrace Woods and up instead of through the woods, the straight shot? Like which will be faster from where we are?
As you kind of pose this question to Tharja, she kind of says, "Well, it'd probably be faster if you go. It's probably a faster straight shot, but it is certainly more dangerous. Bigger chance to be waylaid by
Mosquitoes.
them and the other folks. Yeah, you know. I heard you all had a run in with those. They're nasty little suckers.
Tell me about
But
it.
if you travel on the road, there's a bit of relative safety that way, though. It may take just a touch longer.
I mean,
I was just gonna ask, how fast would it be if we were, there's a different travel speeds. How fast would it be if we travel the fastest?
If you traveled what? The fastest?
Yeah.
So if you travel by road to get to the general area of the camp, Cinque, it would take you probably about 9.5 days. If you go down to Terse Fields and then all the way back up, if it's a straight shot, you could probably take about 1.5 days off of your travel, assuming nothing waylays you enough that you have to stop for a more extended period of time.
Okay, cool.
So, I can have Cash make up some cots for y'all if you're gonna stay.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say either way, it looks like there's not really much need for us to rush out tonight. So
yeah.
if you don't mind hosting, I know that it's been a pretty busy day, so it's totally fine if you'd rather just us be out of your hair.
Oh well, I can't promise no fancy dinners that y'all might be accustomed to around here, but it's a safe place to lay your head.
There's grass outside.
There's some good grass outside. That little meadow grass.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh,
good.
yeah. It's got nice soil.
Cool. So then she kind of
I will.
does the
Lord.
mom whistle and snap towards Cash bar. She's like, Cash, go make up some beds for our guests. He kind of just nods and begins to hustle down to set up some cots. And the evening is yours if there's anything else you guys would like to do.
Wait, what time is it?
Calesta's just gonna say,
You
yeah,
guys,
what time is
you guys went at midnight, huh?
Yeah, isn't it like
It's
isn't it
very
like
late. It's
late
very
at night?
It's
Yeah.
like 12:30, 1 in the morning. You're so right. Go ahead, Kyra. Sorry.
yeah, sorry. Calesta is gonna kind of look over at the bodies and then say, I would prefer not to sleep in an area with dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yes. Well. Yeah.
We can. Yeah, Liz will kind of start dragging them by the ankles.
Yeah. Lance will pick up Dirk and then kind of just walk.
Dirk is not
Calesta
present.
Merrick? Yeah.
Oh,
Merrick.
excuse me, Merrick.
Quick bit of housekeeping, Sean. What did you do with that note?
I tucked it in my pocket.
Cool. Go ahead, Kyra. Sorry.
Yeah, Calesta, I guess, will grab the ankles of like the other twin.
Great. Yeah. So you guys can go out and
I
sort of
like
dig
the
some-
thought of like as we're dragging them down the stairs, just their heads just.
Ow.
Ow!
Yikes.
But between all of y'all, you can go out and kind of get them situated 6 feet under, so to speak.
Can Sirius help Kashgar fix up some cots?
Yeah.
And
Would
I'll
probably be what he's better at.
stick by
Sure.
with Rodolphus and Tharja just to just
help
to
heal.
pay attention to the wound and everything.
Yeah. Great.
And if he
So-
wants healing, I can give him healing.
Where's Liz? Liz is outside. So y'all three go take care of these bodies, leaving everybody else to their midnight duties. Is there anything y'all would like to say as you're either Sirius or Wellen, sort of as you're here helping and healing and doing all that good stuff?
Not particularly at this point.
The boy is beat. He's just sort of like silently helping, doing like really unnecessarily fancy folds with the bedspread and like organizing whatever pillows, doing the absolute most, but silently, not at all like speaking to Kashgar.
All right. And the three of you outside. Anything you guys would like to do before you come in?
Oh, I do want to go talk to Sirius if I can, because I saw his eyes flash again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so eventually kind of Tharja will take over. Rudolphus kind of begins to doze.
I kind of take my steps down the stairs. I'm like, you guys getting everything handled down here?
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Sirius, I wanted to check in on you. Are you feeling okay? I saw that kind of magic flash again, or the big purple glowy eyes thing in the fight.
I'm fine.
Is Sirius fine?
Yeah, can I insight check that?
Sirius is probably not fine, but I will roll a deception check to see if I can see if he would pretend that he is fine.
And I guess it will just be like a contested like insight versus deception, because Wellen's definitely checking that.
I will roll. Wow.
So Sean, what does Wellen see with a 14 to beat your 9?
I rolled a natural 2. While he's been sort of getting all of the cots together, you can tell that Sirius is sort of very quietly like muttering to himself, trying to, like shaking his head and being like, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Like it happened this, very much like not in his element.
It seems like something's been bothering you, since we killed Merrick. Are you all right? I mean,
Kashgar's
I
going to
just
kind
said
of
that,
take
but
this as you guys are chatting. Kashgar's going to go, I'm going to go help my mom.
I mean, no worries, man.
Let me know if you need anything.
That's fine.
Sure.
There are only 5 of us, right?
Like,
not counting the family.
Like there's 5, like the group of us traveling. Yeah.
There
Well,
are 5
no,
of
I
us.
mean, how if you count Fox and Marsh, there's 7, but I mean, really 5.
Sure. So if we're gonna count Merrick and the twins, that would make 8, right?
Yeah. What do you mean? I'm just kind of confused what these questions are leading to.
I don't know. I
Do you think there's like someone else we didn't get or something? Or
I'm not quite sure yet. One more question. When Merrick died,
yeah,
you didn't like hear anything or anyone, just like the random like sounds of people hitting each other and missing and all of that usual stuff, but like no one out of the ordinary, right?
No, I mean nothing other than that lady who was screaming over it. Did you hear something?
I'm not quite sure yet. It's probably nothing.
All right. Well, well, I guess it's not an insight check. I'll take him at his word for that. Yeah, that seems like something's bothering you. So if you I don't know, if you hear anything else, or feel like there's another person with us, or we're missing somebody, or anything, let us know if you get that sense again. Maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe there's something else going on, something spooky.
Maybe.
Do you think it's a werewolf thing? Like a Lycan thing?
I hadn't thought about that. It might be. I'll go talk to Kashgar in a little bit. Sort of figure that out. As far as the eye thing is concerned, I don't know what that's about. But whatever it is, I have it under control.
I mean, it seems like you haven't flipped out on anybody, so well, I believe you. Well, I hope you're able to sort out whatever's in your head. I know it's not fun to have thoughts that you feel like you can't control in your mind.
Thanks for checking on me. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I guess I'll start continuing whatever Kashgar was doing. I'll pick up whatever he was doing when he left and just finish it.
Perfect.
As he goes up, I'll be like, no. It's here.
You got it.
Here,
You got it.
I got it. And I just sort of flick the wrist, and it all seamlessly goes together. It's okay.
How did you do that?
Years of practice. It's fine.
That was wild. Okay, cool. You need to teach me that one too.
The three of you outside, is there anything y'all would like to chat about, or are you just sort of silently sitting out there? Are you digging these graves, burning the bodies? Are you just piling them up under a tree and let them be for whatever comes by?
We don't have a shovel here, do we?
It's easy enough. You could get a shovel from inside pretty easily.
Okay. Yeah.
If that is what you intended, you certainly could have grabbed one on your way out.
Yeah, sorry. Let me. Yeah, Lance will probably grab a shovel, put dirt down underneath, next to a bush or a tree or something. Grab a shovel and stick it into the ground. Take a deep breath and pull up some dirt.
Yeah, Lizzle, if she can find a shovel as well, she'll help.
Were there enough
all three of
shovels?
you guys. Yeah, it's easy enough for the three of you guys. They have various tools.
There's a convenient-shaped loot box right by the exit of the cave with 3 shovels.
Does the Divinity Original Sin thing where you share pockets between the party?
Yeah, Lance, we'll just dig. And once the holes are deep enough, Lance will, I guess, pick up Merrick, not Dirk, and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, once the bodies are in the holes, Calesta's going to kind of tilt her head and mumble a prayer over like the bodies.
Wonderful. And as you three sort of finish that up, you can make your way inside if you so choose, leaving you all to have whatever time of awakeness you would like to have, as it is currently pretty much the middle of the night.
If everybody's coming back to where the cots are, I would like to sort of take a break from my hospitality, of course, and go up, go talk to Liz, if that's okay.
Yeah, you catch Liz kind of as she's coming back in, sort of wiping the dirt off of her hands.
Hey, can you take a look at something for me?
Yeah, if you're injured though, that's not really. You probably ought to ask Wellen.
I'm fine. I'm fine. But I found a note. And it's written in a way that I don't get it. Like it's in common, but like it doesn't make sense. And I was hoping you could take a look at it and maybe make sense of it. Maybe it's just like a dialect of common that I'm not used to. You're traveled. You've been places, so
Yeah, I can
take a look at it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And
so Liz, you go and take a look at it, and it kind of, when you read Thieves' Cant, it kind of takes your brain a moment to adjust. Like it almost feels like you're wearing glasses that are like not the right prescription for your brain to like switch into Thieves' Cant mode from common. But you're able to do so. And Zoe, if you go under the journal section, in the Terst Fields folder, you'll see a journal entry called Merrick's Note. And after, if you want to read that out loud to the stream, if Liz is there.
Okay, so what it says is, Merrick, once your clan is back at its appropriate size, join Otsoa in the Grey Valley, and Terra and the Ashari by extension will learn that we will take what we want when we want it. No one attacks a Night Stalker and gets away with it. And it is signed Basilia.
That is put onto all of your screens for if it's easier for you to comprehend by reading rather than hearing as well. And Cinque, if you want to pull that, yeah. So that's what Liz reads.
Liz is just sort of, as she's kind of reading it, she's like, once you get the right size shoes, go on back to that tailor in the Grey Valley and tell your cousin Ashari that
Right? Like, why would he care so much about shoes?
Yeah. Well, it ain't really about shoes. You remember the other day when you were gonna go talk to Merrick and I was teaching you some of them words that say one thing but they don't quite mean the thing that you're saying?
Yes.
Sometimes there's lots of words like that, and you put them together to tell a whole story that's not the story that you're telling. And that's what this here is.
So it's a lie.
I mean, it's a
like an allegory, like a fable sort of thing. Like it's got a moral at the end.
I don't know what an allegory is, but it's like a code, is what I was gonna say.
Okay. So like the words say one thing, but when those words in that order are put there, they actually mean something different.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do they mean?
Well, maybe we should tell this to everybody.
Okay.
Maybe
Sure. Yeah.
Liz will sort of do one of those like, can we have a quick re-huddle?
You're muted, Aison.
Okay.
Celeste is gonna like look up from her cot because she had just laid down and then roll over.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to wake you up. We can do this in the morning.
That's fine.
Is it? I mean, you wanted to wake us up. I mean, you wanted to gather, so it seems like something important, right?
Yeah. Well, this is a little note. It's to Merrick, but it's from somebody named Basilia. And basically the plan was that once Merrick had sort of recruited enough folks, they were supposed to meet up somewhere called Otsoa in the Gray Valley, and then it sure sounds like they were going to try and get revenge on the Ashari.
That makes sense. That doesn't sound good. If you said they're meeting with somebody to do that, or they were just it was just this group was supposed to do that.
Well, it's from somebody else, and it says, join somebody. So, I mean, I don't. Would Liz know? Is Otsoa like a place, or Otsoa is like a person? I think.
Otsoa doesn't ring to Liz as a place.
Okay, so I think maybe
Not any well-known
Otsoa
place, at least.
So I think maybe there's at least two other folks that maybe aren't so keen on the Ashari, and I mean, with them being the Lackens and all that, it might reckon to guess that maybe they each got packs of their own. I just figured we might ought to discuss this before we sort of head off to right exactly where they're about to be.
Well,
I don't know if that changes our plans at all, but
Wellen, you would know that Tara.
Oh, did she say? I mean, I was going off of not knowing the
Did
actual
Liz say
text of the
where?
letter.
No.
Yeah, she didn't say the word Terra at all.
If she didn't, she would have. That part of it is just
Basically
Zoe is
read
trying to
it.
read and put that into Liz's words, but she wouldn't have left any information out. So any information that is in there would have gotten said.
Okay.
It was just me not trying to not read it word for word.
Got it.
So Wellen, you would know that Tara is the where all of the
we're like the
Earth
actual
Ashari are?
where
the actual Earth
settlement
Ashari tribe is.
Yeah.
And you would know that it's kind of north of Craghammer, up in the mountains, kind of above the Gray Valley and above Fort Daxio.
Can I see the big map so I know?
Yes.
I have to. Cool.
Okay, it's marked.
Got it. Okay, it's up there. Jeez, it's far away. That's not. Wait, that's. Yeah. Wait, that's not good. That actually is not good. Terra is. So those Ashari that are in the forest, I don't know who those people are, what they're doing there, but Terra is like one of the main big Ashari settlements. There's only a few of them, and Terra is kind of one of the most significant. It sounds like they're really trying to do something big, but I don't know if they're gonna go through with it if Merrick never shows up. It doesn't sound like they're going where we're going. It's off the other direction. But that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Would it be possible to perhaps send them a message of some kind? Do they have any sort of communications?
Would I know that? I don't know what I would know about this. Like,
So, I mean, it's not like you can't go to the post office in Terra. I think the easiest way to communicate would be something akin to a sending spell.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you might, like, the way, you know, like, for example, your Ashari tribe would occasionally communicate via, like, notes on a pigeon if they needed somewhere to go for you. You had, like, these, like, birds of prey that could fly pretty long distances.
mm-hmm.
But the higher level, like, elders in your tribes usually communicated via magical means that Wellen does not have available to him.
Okay.
Like a sending spell type
Yeah.
of thing.
I don't really, aside from my skywrite, I don't really know what I could do to send any type of message to them, and I don't know if, you know, we're close enough to be under the same sky.
I mean, I'm thinking since we're already that close to Whitestone, we might be able to find someone that can get a message to them really quickly from there.
Yeah, maybe.
That way we don't go all the way that way just to sort of turn around and try and rush back.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, well, if Terra is the closest Ashari settlement to here, so perhaps the group that we meet up with, if we catch them, they might have some way to get back to contact the main settlement. So maybe that's an idea too. I think we can. I don't know. I would like to let somebody know that something's happening.
So it sounds like maybe our plans for now are unchanged. We keep going up the way we were headed, and then when we get there, we'll improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Yeah. Liz, and probably Sirius too, since you just kind of got a glimpse of Wellen when he was when you were talking about your whole like magic situation previously. You guys can probably both see that he's like doing the same like what Sirius was doing before of like running thoughts through his head of like, okay, do I like should I be seeking these out? Like, is this the way to go? Should I like jet off and go that way? I don't know if I haven't want anything to do with this. He's definitely like running those thoughts through his head like right now. Like I don't.
As he's sort of spiraling, Sirius is just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, it's gonna be fine. We'll figure it out."
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, things will be fine. They'll be fine. Thanks. But I guess we should go to sleep and get on the road. The faster we can meet up with the folks in Parchwood, the better.
Awesome. As you all sort of bed down for a well-earned long rest, kind of all crashing almost as soon as your heads hit the pillow, we're going to take our break.
And we level up, right?
Yes, your level 4 levels up officially come into play. You have access to those abilities in that new pool of health. So join us in our newly level 4 party in just a few minutes. We'll be right back. Hello, we're back. Did you miss us? We missed you. Anyways, we come back to the party, headed down for their long rest as they level up. But we're going to come to not in the morning, but in the middle of the night, as one Elizabeth Ryman wakes from her trance. Zoe, is there anything you would like to do as you wake up early?
Yeah. So first, she's just gonna kind of like take a little look and make sure that everybody else is actually sleeping. Okay.
Does anybody snore? Anybody characters snore?
I feel
Liz
like,
has decided that Wellen snores.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
if
we talked
that's
about Wellen
actually
snoring.
canon, but
yeah, I
Lance
mean,
and Wellen are both snoring.
yeah.
okay. And then, so yeah, while they're all asleep, she's gonna take 10 gold and put it like in each of the parties like packs, and then give 45 of it, or yeah, 40 of it back to what that lady's name, Tharsha. Like sneak it back in her pack.
Cool. Go ahead and make a stealth check. And then a sleight of hand check for me, please.
Do I get advantage on any of this because everyone else is sleeping?
The DC has been adjusted accordingly.
Okay, stealth check. Normal. So 16?
All right. So
And
yeah,
then-
you're able to kind of sneak your way kind of up and around, avoiding various loose rocks and things of the nature, making it over to Tharsha after you slip everybody their bit of the gold. And then you kind of go ahead and make your sleight of hand check.
That's an 8.
It is an 8. And so as you are sort of trying to, are you putting it back on her person or back in one of the like crates nearby?
Yeah, in whatever, because you said she kind of like pulled it out of like a pack that was like set to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So she's sort of trying to like put it back in there as like, maybe you forgot this part.
Great. And so as you sort of do so, Liz, you kind of go to, you're over here kind of opening one of the crates that this pack was leaning against, and it kind of disturbs, and some of the rocks sort of kind of make a little bit of a noise. And sort of you kind of pause and look around, and you kind of see, you like stand still for a second, holding your breath, and you see as Tharsha kind of moves, and you're like, ugh, but she just sort of turns over. And Rodolphus sort of snores, and then you kind of notice Kashgar just sort of sit up with his legs crossed, just looking at you with his eyebrows raised.
Yeah.
Do you need something?
You're dreaming.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh my god.
That's the best dream this man has ever had.
It could certainly be.
It's a 13?
No, I'm not.
That's crazy.
Can I? Do you need more of anything? Are you hungry? Do you need more gold? We have more gold.
No, I was actually. Your mom's like right there. We probably should have this conversation. Maybe like not right above your mom's sleeping body. That's a little weird. Don't you think?
Sure. Yeah. Do you need something?
No,
yeah. Let's go. He kind of walks over, sort of down this way, sort of out by the screen.
Your mom was real sweet, but I didn't think it was right for us to take all y'all's money. I mean, y'all still gotta find your own way out here, and I know Wellen's gonna do his best, but who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow, and it wouldn't feel right, taking something that might help y'all along the way. That's why I was trying to return it, but I didn't want to hurt anybody's pride.
You're real sweet, Liz. That's very very kind of you. You keep whatever you want and you feel comfortable with, but I won't say anything, but just thank you. You saved my life. Truly, I think that could have broken bad for me in a real bad way had you not stepped in and helped me out. But more than that, you really showed me that things ain't got to be the way that they were. And I owe you everything for that.
Nah. I ain't really from around these parts, but I come from people where it ain't so much about paying it back as it's about paying it forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a day where things weren't so good for me and somebody kept me out of trouble, showed me the right way to be. Maybe now you can do that for somebody else.
I will. Just where are you from?
Oh, well, it's a long way away from here. It's a little town called Port Damali.
Yeah, I'm not familiar about it. What brings you all the way out to our little cave out here? Not that I'm grateful you are. Just curious, mostly.
A boat.
Really got your ass there.
Just sailing to sail?
Mama says I've got a knack for finding good trouble.
Good trouble. You seem like good trouble.
That's a move. That
Woo!
Riley had to take
I
a
didn't know
sip.
it was that kind of stream. Woo!
Liz is just kind of like, well, thank you.
You're mighty welcome, Miss Liz. And he just kind of sits there for a bit of an awkward beat before going, well,
It's like 3 a.m., so maybe I'm done.
Yeah, I should probably.
Okay.
And he's gonna kind of just like as this is horribly awkward exchange, just sort of take both of your hands in both of his, and he just sort of looks at you and says, "Thank you. You saved my life, my mama's life, Rodolphus's life. Truly." Thank you. He goes and he gives you a kiss on the cheek and then goes to pull away and go back to sleep.
Man.
Didn't even ask for consent. That's
I didn't
crazy.
Yeah.
Liz is gonna, yeah, she's just gonna kind of be like,
Good night. And if you do need anything, you let me know.
I will certainly let you know. I'm gonna. Liz is gonna teleport back.
Can Aison insight check what Liz is feeling?
Right.
Does that not hurt him, or appearing hurts him?
You only take fire damage if you're within 5 feet of where I show up, and 30 feet from where I am is far enough away that I'm not actually going to set anybody else on fire.
I just wanted to make sure that you didn't light the man on fire as you left.
No.
So funny.
No, and I think I'd have to recheck the wording, but I think that like she can choose who gets set on fire.
I believe so, but I would have to double check.
But either way, no, she is not.
If it's when you leave, he has already also begun to awkwardly skitter away, so you're good.
Yes.
Cool. So what does Liz do for this next couple of hours before everybody else wakes up?
Liz is gonna sit right down next to the little fire and pull out her notebook and write a letter, but this one's not to her mama.
Any want to break us off a piece of that, or are you just gonna let that be?
Yeah. If you're looking down and like seeing, she just writes in big fancy letters, "Dear Alvaroso," and then starts telling the story of this boy and this group of lichens that had sort of lost their way for a little bit, and now are maybe back on a path to be okay.
Awesome. And as Liz is writing this letter and spending her trance, eventually the morning light begins to filter through the entrance of the cave as morning comes and the rest of you awaken.
Oh, my back hurts. He stands up.
Sirius just sort of cracks his neck.
Yo, we could hear those, dog. That was crazy.
And it's like, whoo! Nothing like getting knocked out in the middle of a life or death fight to really have you sleeping like a baby. Whew.
What time is it?
Y'all slept in. It's like late morning.
Okay, well, Lance
all of y'all
probably
slept
just
in.
be sitting there.
Yeah, all y'all had to sleep in for quite a bit to get your full long rest because you went to bed so late. But
the
sun is well up, at
is
least
Calesta
by the time
still
that
up earlier than everybody?
I would say Lance and Calesta probably just by nature are up a bit earlier than everybody, but the sun is much higher in the sky than they're used to. Kind of you go out and it's like hot-ish, and you're like, what is this?
That's not fun to spar in.
Had everybody sleep?
Oh, that's why you get up so early. That actually makes sense.
All right.
I mean, yeah, it was nice to have a cot actually, not be like on the direct ground, you know.
That would not have been fun in a cave.
I look at Liz. Does Liz does Liz have any look of her last night encounter or her storytelling? Or can I tell that she's... Go ahead.
I mean, Liz is going to kind of grin and kind of be like, I think y'all might find that your packs are a bit heavier this morning.
Oh.
Can I check my little pouch?
Yes, each of you are 10 gold richer than when you previously went to sleep.
Lance is gonna stop and like open his eyes a little bit and then like chill out and be like,
okay. Liz, you also did you keep the diamond or did you put that back with the gold?
I think Liz held on to that one.
Cool. So you can put in your inventory small diamond. You guess it's probably worth about 50 gold.
Okay.
Ain't casting no resurrect with that.
But yes, as far as everything else, I mean, she's clearly very pleased with herself
When did you do this?
I turn to Sirius and I'm like, she doesn't have to sleep as long as we do.
Most people don't need to sleep as long as Sirius.
You know,
Kinda
on
got his
another
ass on.
day, I would be offended. I would be. I would have gotten upset at that. But after such a hearty sleep, you know, I'm not bothered. I do sleep a lot, you know. In order to look this good, you have to get your rest. It's just a fact.
Wellen's cracking up at
yourself
the whole
facts.
back and forth.
So, Liz, you were just up?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm assuming it's like any other day that she does this.
That's true. I mean, you know, I guess we all knew that you didn't have to sleep for as long.
Is there
Yeah.
something that you do during that time? You like I don't know. This is Cinque not remembering. Did she tell us that she writes like letters?
I don't think anyone's seen her.
I don't
writing
think
letters.
anybody knows that.
Okay. So then Lance will be like, "Yeah, is there something you do to just go ahead?"
Does Wellen know? Does Wellen know that Liz writes letters?
I mean, Wellen probably would have seen her writing in a big journal at some point.
Yeah. I think I assume she keeps a journal. I don't really know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if she would ever if he didn't ask, she wouldn't have like explained.
Yeah. I
without
mean,
prompting.
yeah.
Also, just so everybody, whenever Aison's doing this, it's just full leftovers from our other home game, not with these people. That's our out of character symbol.
Yeah.
And I think it is probably just habit.
Yeah.
Do we need to? That's the
No,
question.
no,
for
we
the
can
time.
have that conversation.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Usually I can tell.
So Lance will continue to be like, I can imagine it'd be pretty lonely up in the mornings, when everybody else is sleeping. Is there something you do?
I mean, it's kind of cheesy.
Like food? Like,
Yeah, I make a big old omelet every morning.
What?
Every morning.
Wellen's taken aback.
oh,
So you don't eat the grass smoothies.
Yeah, what about the grass?
No, that was a joke because you said cheesy like the.
I understood. I got it.
It was, you know, yeah. No, I don't actually, because eggs are really, they don't travel so good because you gotta like, you know, they break a lot and then they get all over your friend's clothes and they get mad at you because they're covered in egg. Not that I've ever happened to me that before, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what is cheesy?
Oh, and she sort of pulls out this, you know, this thick like leather bound journal. I guess this is what I do when I'm awake and nobody else is.
You're a writer.
I guess.
Like a journal, right? I've seen you writing it before.
Yeah, it's, well, not so much a journal. I mean, I guess it kind of ends up being like a journal. But it's, well, I don't, it's usually a long time between trips back home. So Mama gave me this and I tell her what's going on and I write her all these letters because it's pretty hard to find a post office or someplace to mail them. But while I'm gone, I fill up the journal and I go home and we trade. She's got one for me and I give her mine, and then we each get new blank ones the next time I head out, and then we always kind of know what's going on. It's just, 6 months to a year too late.
That's
I mean,
nice.
I know you say you wait till you get back, but if you want to send it, I'm sure we could stop in Whitestone or Terse Fields. We could get a courier to head to Port Damali or something.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you want to wait till you fill it up. I don't know.
I've never really been gone long enough that I needed to mail it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. But you could keep it in touch still.
Yeah. It's kind of, like I said, it's cheesy, but Mama likes to keep up on me. She gets worried,
Storytelling is, it's how we keep cultures alive. It's how we keep everything going. It's, it's not cheesy. It's like the coolest thing.
I'm sure she appreciates knowing what's going on in your life.
I like to think so.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I do believe that we should probably either thank our newfound friends for their hospitality. I think that's just sort of a respectful thing, and or hit the road.
Yeah, I mean, definitely should say thanks. But yes to the other thing for sure. We should get out of here.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys, as you're all sort of waking up, you see that the 3 Lycans who remain have also awoken themselves. Tharja seems to be helping Kashgar make some breakfast. Rodolphus is just sort of leaning up against the wall, sort of his leg propped up beneath him as he kind of looks a little bit antsy, like he kind of wants to be doing something but really isn't able to too much right now. Tharja just sort of looks over and says, "Oh, good morning, y'all. How did y'all sleep okay?"
Like a baby.
You guys'
Good, I'm
cots
glad
are
to hear it.
surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, we may not live in the middle of any of your fancy towns, but we like to stay comfortable too. I thought, I don't know, did anybody else, I thought I might have heard some crashing in the night. Y'all okay? Did anybody hear anything?
I didn't hear anything. I would like to sort of glance over at Liz and see how convincing she is.
Casper goes, "Yeah, I didn't hear anything either."
Does he look convincing?
Make an insight check.
Oh,
Zoe, I will need a
to.
deception check from you.
Oh, my insight is so bad. Here we go.
Deception.
Oh my god, I can't roll above a 10.
Are me and Kashgar helping each other?
You have to roll above a
you're
7.
both making your own rolls.
Come on.
Well, I can't roll lower than a 7. It's not great though. But it's higher than a 7 because I have a +7. That's a whopping 11.
I'm gonna jump in on this one because Kashgar decided to say something.
I think I might as well.
No!
Yikes, that's a natural 1.
Natural. Oh yeah,
Celeste
we gotta
is
start
looking
saying
around,
our
trying
roll
to
numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Celeste is looking around, trying to figure out why Sirius and Wellen are looking at the other two so hard.
He looks at me, and I look at me, and he looks at him, and I look at me.
But Tharja is entirely convinced.
Good.
And the rest of y'all don't. You'll notice Liz is kind of like, Liz kind of goes, kind of has the tell in her eyes that maybe she wasn't possibly as quiet as she could have been. But Kashgar and Tharja don't seem to have noticed. She rolled a 10 on her insight. He rolled a 16 deception.
Let's
well,
go.
you know, we don't want to overstay our welcome, and we do have to hit the road very quickly. And so, on behalf of myself and my friends, I think that I speak for all of us when I say that we really do appreciate you and everything that you've done for us, and hopefully we can see each other again under, you know, better circumstances.
Better circumstances, certainly. Yeah.
And he does like a really formal bow, just fully like, phew.
Wherever Lance is, he will do his equivalent of that. Coming from
they
the
look
arms.
incredibly taken aback by the formality. They're just like, okay, well, certainly we're the ones who should be sharing our appreciation with y'all. You did real good out here, and you helped us see that dip too.
Happy that we could make a difference, and we'll see what we can do with the Ashari. My skywriting lasts an hour, so I would just say keep an eye out, keep checking every now and then for the next few days. Well, we won't be there for at least a week, so you got a little bit of time before we even make it there. But after a week or so, start checking the sky every hour or so.
So we'll start heading that direction in about 4 or 5 days. So we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you very much. And is there anything y'all would like to do or any more conversations you guys would like to have before you head out?
No.
As we're sort of like turning to go, Liz is gonna take her cloak and do like a real fancy like, and just make it go as she runs away.
Incredible. You
Like
can
just to try to have a cool exit.
Amazing. You
My
kind of
gear is gone.
who has the highest?
Like everybody else is still standing there, but she's just like as if she's the tuxedo man.
Tuxedo mask.
Yeah, so as Liz envelops herself in her cloak and begins to dash away, the rest of you just kind of see Kashgar just suppressing a bit of a chuckle at her exit and says, safe travels, y'all.
Until we see each other again.
Safe.
Until then. And you all head out and hit the road.
Road.
Hit the road, Jack.
Hit the road.
It's the same.
Jack.
Jack Belair.
Nice. That was a good one. Good one.
Good one,
one.
Kira.
Good job. Good
Um,
job.
And you guys, which are you traveling? Which way? I guess you probably haven't decided that in character yet either.
That way.
Yeah, that way.
That direction. We should probably head back on the road because it's safer towards the Turst Fields.
All right.
Yeah, we may have leveled up, but we're not that strong
Nope.
yet.
Speak for yourself.
All right. And so you guys all begin your travel back towards the road. As you do so, is there anything that anybody would like to do as you begin to head away from this cave, or any conversations as you all are traveling?
As soon as we get out of earshot, Sirius would like to just go, hey Liz, what happened? Do you just have, so I have 10 gold, right? 10 gold more than I did last night. I assume everybody else has 10 gold more than they did last night. What happened to the rest of it? Did you gave it back, right?
Yeah, that's what we said, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, you know. Did you accidentally wake up Tharja?
I did not.
Well, all right. Was this the noise that she heard? Was that you?
No, I think there was some rocks in the night. I'm too quiet.
Some rocks in the night?
There was, you know, it's a cave. Sometimes rocks happen?
Lance is gonna be like amazing. Wow.
I don't think the rocks move on their own.
Well, I mean, it's a cave, so sometimes, things shift.
Yeah, like the earth moves.
There was just a fight,
Yeah.
Okay. That's if you don't.
I mean, maybe being from the city, you don't know, but rocks happen.
Lance is just gonna look at Sirius like.
That's actually what we say over in not we, but they say over in Terra. They say rocks happen. That's they're the Earth Ashari.
Canonically, Wellen has never been to Terra.
I'm part of the Ashari. I know.
That's what
he
they
knows
say.
the phrases, the slang.
I know the
culture. The vernacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance is gonna be like, okay, rocks happen, and continue to walk off.
You know what? Fine. I guess rocks
happen.
That's fine.
You don't think I'm sneaky?
You got 10 gold in my pouch without me knowing. Of course you're sneaky. I was just concerned that, you accidentally stumbled into something and that Tharja would have, gotten upset with you for whatever reason.
You saved their lives. It's fine. They're fine.
I just know that the whole reason that we were doing this was to uphold their pride, and hopefully we were able to do that.
I do believe that the pride is intact.
All right.
Yet again, Zoe manages to skillfully skate by me, making her roll any deception checks.
The thing is, it's different because with this character, it's not even like her being good with words. It's just that she doesn't know enough to know what she's lying about.
I love it. I love it so much. But you all travel.
So hard to figure out what happened in the night.
We really were. All of us were trying so hard. So he's just like, no, you get nothing. Good day.
So funny.
But as you travel, evening falls, and you presume it's probably just about time to set up camp. You'll reach the road to the terse fields probably tomorrow morning, and you should get there by the nightfall tomorrow. But you have to set up camp for this evening, if you so choose.
I mean, yeah, we should.
We're camping off the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Do we need to do watches when we camp off the road? I guess this probably still makes sense.
We should probably still do watches.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
We should probably
I think
definitely
we will.
do watches.
On that note, who wants to roll a d20 for me, please?
I'll do it.
Is this just our travel day? D20?
D20 roll. That's a 10. Nice and even. It's the highest I've rolled all night.
Incredible. But you do set up tents a bit away from where you know those mosquitoes were, but in the hills nonetheless. If there's any watches or anything else you guys would like to do as a group as you bed down for the evening.
Y'all want to do the 2, 2, and 1?
I'd like to actually take a watch by myself, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully it's not too much trouble.
I mean, as long as you wake someone else up before you're in trouble, I think we'll be fine.
I can go get you like a switch to use as a fly swatter if we need.
And this is about the mosquitoes?
I wasn't making a mosquito reference. I was just saying if you're by yourself, it's, you'll be most safe if you hear anything, if you wake someone up.
I will certainly keep that in mind.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I can take last watch.
Okay.
I'll take a watch with you if you want, Calesta. Or if you want to be alone too, that's also fine too as well. Also,
That's fine.
which is fine. You alone or me?
You can take watch with me if you want.
Oh, okay.
I guess Lance and I will do watch together. What?
Incredible. So, anything that you guys would like to do as a group before it's time to head to bed? Otherwise, we will go to our first watch, which is whom?
It can be me. It doesn't have to be, but it can be.
Sure.
Yeah, that.
So, Sirius, you kind of stay up as the rest of your party heads to sleep. What would you like to do, if anything?
After everybody's gone to bed, I would actually like to step away from the camp for a little bit, just like, out of earshot of everybody. Just like over here, maybe over here by the big ass tree. And just sort of, like look around and quietly out loud be like, I don't know if you're like listening or who you are or what you're doing. But it's kind of freaky. So if you could introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Sean, go ahead and make a couple of rolls for me.
Okay.
Go ahead and make both a persuasion and a religion roll.
Ooh, that's fun. Persuasion. Haven't rolled above a 10 all night, and that's a nat 1. Love that. And then religion. Still haven't rolled above a 10, and that's a natural 2 for a 7. I'm rolling terrifically tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That made me feel like that meme. You know that meme where the dude takes is taking his headphones off all angry? That's what seeing that too made me feel.
Yeah, so Sirius, you kind of stand there looking kind of around at the tree and the sky, kind of hear the leaves rustle. It's pretty quiet.
Okay. Well, you obviously know my name. Maybe next time you decide to, whatever you do, I would appreciate an introduction. That tends to be how these things go. But yeah, I guess that was it. And you'll just sort of head back.
And sort of as you're heading back, you see sort of crawling up your hand is this sort of like brown, like forest spider. As you sort of swat it off, you kind of look down and there's just like a welt, like a spider bite on the back of your wrist.
Are you about to get spider sense?
Yo,
I'm actually Peter Parker.
A were spider?
Where's Spider Wolf?
Do I like feel anything? Was it like a poisonous bite at all? Or I suppose
It's a little itchy.
Bite? Okay.
Oh.
But like it doesn't like change my genetic structure in the same way that the werewolf
Make a medicine check to check in on your genetic structure.
Oh God. Okay. I'm so good at medicine. I'm such a medicine-y boy. Let's go. I rolled a 3.
genetic structure might be altered because of that bite.
Fuck. God.
You should probably find that spider and like save it and have somebody like who knows about bugs like take a look at it and make sure.
Can I see the spider sort of scurrying around anywhere?
Make an investigation check.
Oh God. I gotta roll a 4 here. That's what this means. That's a 21.
So 21. You do see as you sort of swatted it, it landed on like a wide leaf of a bush nearby and looks to be scurrying into the midst of it, but you're able to sort of catch it with like a vial or jar or something that he has on him.
All right. Well, I would like to just sort of like make sure the jar is sealed, and sort of try to examine and see what the hell is going on with this spider.
Make a nature check.
Oh God! All of these rolls with things that I'm not good at.
You're really going up and down the ability list.
You know, that's a 16.
It is a 16. It looks to be like a pretty. It's sure is a spider. It's like brown and has a little bit of white markings on some of its legs, and it now has 6 legs from you sort of swatting at it. But it doesn't look like it's something that you'll like die from.
Okay, so it doesn't look like from what I am aware of. It's not anything
that you would know of as deadly.
Okay, I would like to sort of rotate my jar so that I'm looking the spider dead in its face, and be like, that was very rude. I'm going to let you go now. Please do not bite random people ever again. Thanks. And then just sort of, lay the jar on the ground and let it scurry off.
You kind of have to do that thing like when you're taking a bug outside where you kind of have to shake it off the side. Like it doesn't seem to want to leave the space that it's currently in, but eventually you do and it skitters off.
Okay. Whew. Then from there, I guess I, just sort of spend the rest of the evening trying not to freak out about the fact that a fucking random ass spider bit me.
It's almost like you're sleeping out in the wilderness.
He's never been bitten by a spider before.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Alrighty. I've been pretty up and down as far as my rolls are concerned. Let's see where we get. That's a natural 20, baby.
Yeah, it's a very quiet night. You don't hear the requisite wolves howling that you did when you were in this same vicinity as before. It's very quiet. Thank God.
After getting fucking bitten by a spider, I'm just fucking
your
on
wrist
edge
is
the
really
entire
itchy,
night. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, I have to be aware of everything.
And it's time to wake up the next watch.
The next pair, I believe, are the dudes.
Boys.
So I will go ahead and wake up Lance first. Hey, bud, it's your turn. Random question.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for like a bug bite?
A bug bite.
Yeah, I got bit by a spider. I don't seem to be dying, and I don't seem to be like, it seems to be different from that time that a werewolf that we then befriended and saved bit me. But it is really itchy, and I know that I'm not supposed to scratch it, but God, I want to scratch it so bad.
He's like, I do not, but with the mosquito bites last time, Wellen might have something. And he walks over and like kind of ruffles shakes up Wellen and be like,
Hey, hey, buddy. Hey there.
Hey.
Do you have any? Lance said that you had some stuff for like a bug bite. Do you have anything for a bug bite?
Maybe, hopefully.
I could probably help. Yeah. Riley, do you think if I cast like a lesser restoration, like that would like lesser restoration is technically like gets rid of a disease. So I was thinking like it's treating, it's like sucking the venom out of from the welt, basically.
Lance can just suck the venom out from his wrist.
There's no venom as far as I know.
Well, that's like what I mean, that's like what makes the welt, right? It's like there's some type of like a small amount of venom that creates a welt, right?
Yeah, most.
That your body's like responding to. So I'll just cast a quick like lesser restoration.
The itch goes away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you probably see the welt itself kind of just become like a little like small, like you could tell it was raised, like it's almost like scarred a little bit, but not a scar. Yeah. It recedes. Here you go. Well, that should help.
Where were you? I mean, I guess we're outside, so that doesn't.
We were fucking camping.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you not see a spider crawling on you?
I don't know, dude. It's been a long couple of days.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I mean, outside of the fact that I got turned into a werewolf and, bit by a spider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I look at the sky and see how many days it'll be until we get a full moon? Like, is there a way?
Can.
Yeah. All I'm saying werewolf, I'm like, oh yeah, we should probably anticipate that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of look and you see the moon, Katha, which is the white moon in the sky, is currently at a waxing gibbous. Which means it is approaching full.
Yeah.
And will be full in about a week.
Oh, that's lovely. Love that.
All right. Well, I guess you gotta start getting ready for the big night.
Prom.
A quinceañera?
Let's go.
I'm sorry, it's homecoming season.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's true.
I guess I should probably get
bringing a whole new meaning to Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man is also far from home. Hey.
Spider-Man is also Web of Shadows.
You give one of your players lycanthropy once, and they're all freaking out over just a regular ass spider bite for the rest of the campaign.
Who'd ever thought that there are arachnids and bugs and shit out in nature?
Outside.
Not me.
Not I. Okay, well, you have to sleep well.
Yeah, and
I'll wake you up if anything happens.
I would appreciate that this time.
I got you. And as he definitely goes to lay down, Lance is gonna stand there like at the front of this tent for a bit, not necessarily say anything to Wellen, and then kind of like take off his armor. And then so this will sound weird, but let me finish and then see. He's gonna take off his shirt and then kind of sit down next to the fire and like grab like a stick and start like pointing at different places on his body, and then started like drawing on his body with the stick. That's exactly what he's doing.
What's going on, man? What are you doing?
So I'm trying to figure out like the best place for that tattoo that we're gonna get when we go somewhere, wherever we're going. I don't know, and his armor's like spread across the floor between all the tents. So he's just like drawing. He's just like, no. Where should I get this, man?
I was thinking about that too. I mean, when Liz first said it, I thought like it'd be cool to have something kind of like right here, like right below my palm, because I cast a lot of magic, and so it's like, boom, and
Oh.
you kind of see it.
Oh.
Although I guess it would make more sense to just put it on my palm then, but like I don't know if I want to do that.
That would be kind of cool. I think that would hurt even more.
Yeah, it would hurt. I don't know. I think I might put it on somewhere on my arm, somewhere on my wrist.
Um, yeah, he's gonna be like, well, I thought it would be kind of cool if all of us got one to kind of like, I don't know, show our friendship. Like Liz said. Well, I'm sure Liz had something like that in mind, and so I was like, sure, I'll get one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We were talking the other night, and she said something. I was kind of I was in a little bit of a light crisis mode when we were going into that werewolf cave, and she talked about back when we were on the ship. One of the things that she kind of had to learn early on was this idea of like, it's us, it's them or the crew sometimes. And so I guess maybe it's good to have something to like denote the crew.
Mm-hmm.
I think having something to bring us together, that'd be kind of cool.
Speaking of that, just I guess a quick question. Is it bad that I choose not to, I guess, kill anyone in these situations?
I mean, no, I don't think so. I guess I would prefer not to kill anyone if the only tools I had to stop someone weren't burning them alive. I think you've got plenty of strength. You and Calesta are both pretty good at knocking people out. I think if it's them or the crew, knocking them out is still keeps the crew alive. I don't think you have to kill people necessarily. It's just if there's a threat, you don't want to let the unwillingness to do what you need to do to get in the way of you and your friends being safe. But I've never gotten the sense that you were ever hesitating in our fights or anything.
Okay.
Do you I really don't know anything about you. You and Sirius have been traveling together. We met in the terse fields. You seem like you got these armor and this coat on, and it all seems super official and everything. Are you you're like a knight, right? Or some kind of like a soldier, or you were maybe?
He looks, he like picks up a piece of his armor and he's like, this armor actually isn't from the arms. It's, I guess, kind of something that I picked up because I'm used to wearing this type of armor. But yeah, I was in Iman. I was in the arms.
Sorry, I'm not from
mostly.
Iman. I don't really know what that is.
Oh, it's like they're military, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Riley.
Cinque, does Lance have any like on his sword or his shield or anything, any sort of emblematic elements on the arm?
I remember a while back, I asked if he would still have like his like cloak with like the symbol of the arms or something, but you said nah, he had like a regular.
You wouldn't
cloak,
have
so.
any like official note of like station?
Okay.
For sure, which like a cloak or something would be.
His sword. If his sword, the two swords that he has probably would.
You know the one that I'm asking about.
Yes, that probably would, yes. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I guess he has there's no way you would have been able to know. But yeah, he explains basically they're basically the military, and he's basically been training. Well, excuse me, let me roll back. But yes, I was in the arms for as long as I could remember. My parents were also in the arms.
Whoa.
Yeah,
really
so
intense.
I grew up in that space. It's pretty. I think it's fun. Like the structure. Um, it was never boring, though. Learning the sword at a young age maybe isn't ideal for most kids, um, especially in my situation. But yeah, I think being able to help people from an early age, I think I enjoyed that.
And if your parents are in it and you were kind of born into it, are you still a part of it? Like, what are you doing now? Why are you out here and not back there?
I'm kind of I left the arms. It was my choice. I'm kind of looking for something.
You're looking for something.
Yeah, there was a time he stops and he tries to think about how much time has passed since the whole situation. But he's like, yeah, I'm looking for my friend actually. Um, it's been a long time, but I went. Um, I was ordered to go to a specific city and help out with some different things around there. Me and um, my friend Anastasia. Um, but the last thing I remember was falling for a long time. Um, I can't tell you where I was. I can't tell you how long I was there. But
Like someone
something went wrong.
pushed you in like down a cliff, or like
Maybe somebody didn't push me, but we fell. We both fell into it. I wasn't prepared. Um,
and
and
that's when you lost her.
that's when we were separated. Thankfully, people have been saying that it was years that I was down there. Um,
Oh my god. I guess
and
"oh my god's" not a phrase. I don't know.
no. But
Oh my God!
Oh
Just put a plural
gods.
on it. And then you're
oh
good.
God!
Yeah, there you go.
Now he pulls out her sword from behind him, and he's like, "I found this." Um, and he also points to her shield over, probably next to his tent, and he's like, "I'm I'm hoping that I found when I found this was a sign that she was still alive, and so I've made it my goal to find her, well, make everything in my life right again."
Wellen, you see that the shield and the sword are, but it's a very simple short sword and shield. Their shield has this sort of symbol that to be sort of the symbol of the Republic of Taldore emblazoned upon it, and it looks like just a very simple short sword, kind of with the hilt wrapped in the same kind of green leather that the symbol is emblazoned on the shield with the same shade of green.
Okay. That's Anastasia, was her name, right?
Yes.
She was also in the arms.
Yeah. She was a childhood friend of mine. Yeah, we grew up together, and her oldest sister. Um, yeah, they were basically family to me. After I lost my parents, her oldest sister kind of took care of me, and I've learned from her in the arms. We both were basically training with her in the arms. Yeah. And so that's what I was doing. And then I met Sirius after I left. And that he's definitely somebody that's brightened my life. And so I figured that traveling with him wouldn't be a bad thing. And I was looking for a while, but I couldn't figure out anything. And so maybe it's a break. Yeah, just a pause. But I'm sure once we figure out what's wrong with Sirius, he'd help me if I asked. I'm not too concerned about that, so
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know. He might say no. I'm just like
Yeah, Riley, would Wellen know anything? Not does he personally know divination stuff, but would he know that like the Ashari have any like divination like within their kind of practice or understanding of arcane or the natural elements and stuff?
Yeah, you definitely know that, especially some of the various kind of like leaders of the tribes and their high councils, who are kind of the higher level druids, have access to that type of magic, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I was back home, you know, there was kind of this circle of druids who helped. They practiced stuff called divination, and a lot of it had to do with kind of foreseeing the future or helping identify information that or knowledge or understanding that we couldn't get with our natural senses. Maybe next time we catch or find some Ashari, when we find them in the forest, they might be able to help you too. I know I'm promising a lot to everybody, but I feel like I don't know.
well, I thank you for your concern and your help. If we do come across them and they are to do something, I will be grateful. But if not, then I'll just continue looking when I can.
Yeah. Maybe I'll figure something out and I can help you out later.
Thank you, Wellen.
Yeah, of course. I guess I will then like start kind of being more cognizant of the area around us, because I very much was like into the like him telling about the arms. He wasn't really paying attention at all to like what's going on.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna start actually keeping watch.
Awesome. Can I get perception checks from one or both of you?
Do you have a better perception than me?
I have a +3. I think I might EU. What do you have?
I have a +4, so
Yeah.
I guess.
Because you have a alert, don't you? Yeah.
I do, yes. That's not bad. I got a 17, excuse me.
All right, with the 17. Again, just like Sirius, it's very quiet, which kind of puts you both a little bit on edge after the last couple of days that you've had. But no wolves, no howling, no branches breaking from people approaching in the brush nearby.
Before so before they like get up and go, Lance is gonna stop and turn and be like, hey, where's Marsh?
He's right here, and I kind of just pull the staff and I just stab it and I point to the flame in my staff.
I know this might sound weird, but can I try to pet him again?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it'll be a problem. He doesn't like bite. He is fire. I don't know how, but he's not gonna do anything to you. And so I cast out. I wild shape out Marsh to the What was that language that you just typed? Wait a second. I just saw that 14 minutes ago. There's some other language.
Did I do it in another language? No, I did it in common. It's in common.
Do I? Oh no, that was
Do you
was
not
Marsh.
know
That was
comment?
Marsh. I was clicking Marsh and Marsh did no comment. I was like, what's going on?
That would be iconic. Wellen doesn't speak common.
Yeah, I was like, does Wellen not know comment?
How is he talking to us? Okay, yeah. Lance is going to like kneel down and like, you know how you're trying to get an animal to come to you. You like put your hand out, like wait and see what happens and stuff.
Make an animal handling check.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh no!
So as Marsh is summoned out from what Wellen would probably know to be his sleep, he kind of like the fire on him bristles and he kind of like does like the cat thing where he kind of arches his back a little bit and you see the like flame at the end of his tail like begin to like whirl like brighter for a minute and he's just kind of like
Marsh. It's okay.
He's just looking at you, Lance.
Lance, it's like, all right, I get it. Just like last time. Like, he backs up and he's like, all right, thanks.
Okay. I was like, you can try and pet him. I mean, I don't think I can always pull him back if he does anything.
All right, Lance will try and pet him.
Cool. Lance, you take.
I didn't.
I also don't have my armor on, so that's just like.
You take 4 points of fire damage as
Cool.
I didn't think this was gonna
the
hurt
like
you.
flames kind of flare up around Marsh as you like put your hand like near him. He's doing like the thing where he's like a dog sitting there with like his ears back, like he's so pissed about being here, but he knows like he's listening to Wellen, but he's not happy.
So, I guess his hand burns a little bit. He's like, damn. All right.
It's like touching a hot pan on accident.
Can Wellen touch Marsh?
Mhm.
Like without hurting?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I figured. Like
Yeah.
Marsh like lets. If Marsh is in a good mood or something, he'll like let people pet him, and so that's Lance's goal is to one day.
Lance would not know at this point.
Yeah,
Lance has
Lance
no
will never
idea.
know. Okay, well we can wake other people up. I'm assuming he's gonna wake
Alright.
up Liz. So.
I pull Marsh
Lance
back.
will
I'm
wake
like,
Liz and Celeste.
we're gonna have to work on your attitude with strangers. And I pull him back in.
Your attitude with strangers.
And I gonna go to.
You're muted. Okay. All right.
And I'm gonna
Go
go
ahead,
to the tent with Liz, and I'm just kind of give her a gentle shake. Good morning. It's your turn. I'm gonna go
Okie dokie.
lay back down.
I guess Lance wakes up Calesta, smelling like he's burning, and I guess still shirtless, shakes her up, and he's just like, Calesta. Or he's like, Calesta.
Yeah, Calesta, you wake up to Lance kind of standing over you with sketches of the same sort of design, like in charcoal all over his upper body.
It's the Kylo Ren
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Were you attacked?
No. Why would you think that?
What are those marks on your body? It looks like you got in a fight with a burnt out fire pit.
No. I was trying to when we get our tattoos, I was trying to see where my tattoo would be. Like I don't know if I should like get it on my back or like on my shoulder, like on my chest, you know.
Did this help at all?
Maybe we'll have to have like a group meeting and decide like where our tattoos go.
We all get naked together, draw on each other, and then put it to a vote because we believe in democracy. Riley, you're muted.
Twitch terms and conditions. This is all make believe.
Calesta's is gonna kind of like look down, like shake her head a little bit. Okay then. You all are really set on these tattoos.
Do you not want one?
I don't know about that.
Well, I think you'd look really cool with the tattoo. And he
I
goes and
don't know.
picks up the rest of his armor, and he's like, "Hey Liz," like doesn't say anything. All drawings all over him.
You're gonna put your armor on to go back to sleep.
No, he's just like picking it up
Okay.
from the ground and like putting it right next to his tent. He's like, "Hey Liz," and then I don't think Marsha's still there if he is, but
Yeah. I
like,
just can't get rid of him.
have a good night. Kind of just goes into
You
the
too,
tent.
Lance.
Good night, buddy.
You two are left by the crackling embers of the fire.
I thought that was a real nice thing that you did back there.
Telling Lance good night?
No. I mean, well, that too. I meant the praying.
Oh. Well, I think that there should be some semblance of respect for the dead, despite who they were while they were living.
Yeah. Sometimes folks get lost, but she has a way of finding people, don't she?
She does, and hopefully she will find them as they go on to their next journey.
How'd she find you?
Well, when she found me, I was lost. Definitely. And I would say that I'm probably still on the journey of figuring out exactly what our relationship is, in a way. Because finding her, or rather her finding me, just kind of put a lot of things on its head. I noticed that you have a symbol on your necklace. Where'd you get it?
My mama.
Is she also a follower of Avandra?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. I think in my line of work, it's nice to have something to believe in, and she who makes the path is just about as good as anybody else to follow, I think.
I'd say she's probably better to follow than some.
Well,
Were you raised in the faith?
Well, I wasn't raised in a temple or nothing, but you know, we'd have the altar for the new dawn, and there was one we'd have to for the big ceremonies. We usually sometimes we try to make it up to Nicodranus. There tends to be the bigger festivals and stuff around there, but you know, we had just a little temple in town that we'd go to, but you know, the Changebringer ain't much about what you do at a temple, what you do in, you know, she ain't like a lot of those other gods in that type of way. At least not in my familiarity with her.
Yeah, from what I can see, she's not like that at all.
You weren't
Calesta
raised
is
with her,
kind of
were
like in
you?
thought. No. I wasn't really raised with any god.
Well, it ain't for a couple of months, but you know, when winter gets to come in, maybe we can set up a dawn altar wherever we happen to be.
I'd appreciate that.
For what it's worth, I'm glad I found you too.
Calesta does not know what to say to that. She's kind of like, she like looks, she doesn't like visibly look awkward, but she kind of like looks at Liz and tilts her head slightly. Not quite sure like what she's meaning. And then looks down, kind of fidgeting with her hands. Thanks.
Yeah.
As you sort of sit there in that statement, in whatever it means to each of you. Is there anything else you'd like to chat about, or else we'll go ahead and get these perception checks going?
Not on my side.
All right. Then can I get either one or both of you to make your perception checks, please?
I have a +2.
I also have a +2. So you want to just both roll?
Sure, let's do it.
Okie dokie. Perception check. It's a 13 for Liz.
All right.
9.
And a 9 for Calesta. And as the morning sun rises, the bird song chattering in the trees, the sun's rays are particularly weak this morning as there's a heavy gray cloud cover as you begin to head back towards the turst fields. But it is just about time to wake everybody up as a very light mist sort of overtakes the morning.
Liz will sort of duck back in and wake Wellen up again. Hey. I
Hey,
can
so
hear
you're
you.
Sorry, I'm muted. Good morning. Sorry. How's it
You
going?
sleep good?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I gotta ask, did you draw on Lance or did he do that himself?
No, he did it himself. He did it himself.
He's a really good artist. Do you think he would do my tattoo if I asked?
I bet he would. He seems pretty nice. He seems like he's always willing to help out. Calesta's actually really good too. Don't tell her I told you, but Calesta's also really good.
I don't know of me and Calesta are at the point where I want her to put sharp things into my skin.
It's valid. It's valid.
I think maybe I pissed her off, but I don't know. I can't tell.
I'm sure she'll be okay.
Yeah. Okay, we can stop whispering now. Should we go wake up the others?
Yeah.
Yeah. Calesta goes over to the other tents and kind of like peeks her head and like, "Good morning."
Lance steps up and looks back.
Sirius just rolls over.
Sirius, and Lance starts putting back on his armor,
Do
dusting
you
off the
not want to
charcoal.
wash that off first?
Lance looks around like, do we have water? Is there like a river?
There's that real big river.
Hey, let's go back. Hold on, I need to swim again.
Yeah.
It's easy
Let's
enough
just-
for you guys to like find a small stream nearby.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Lance will take the drawings off of him and be like, I guess I'll just have to do it all over again. As he's walking back, so it's like, we didn't choose the spots. He slips his shirt back on and is like, I'll have to do it again.
All right.
And I guess, yeah, he makes sure that Sirius wakes up and then, yeah.
Sirius wakes up and sort of like instinctually goes to scratch where the spider bit him, and then is like, you're not supposed to bite.
You go to scratch where the spider bite was, and it's gone.
Oh, nice. I guess Wellen stuff really worked.
It was overkill for a spider bite, is why.
Were you gonna say something, Zoe?
Oh no, I was just also gonna make sure that Sirius got woken up.
Okay.
And then, throughout the morning, just sort of getting all of the tents back into my bag of holding,
Is it old hat for Liz yet?
No, she is still absolutely enraptured.
Incredible.
Did he
And
had that? Did we get the bag of holding, or did he have the bag of holding when we like met him?
I've had the
had it.
bag of holding.
This man walked in.
I won't ask about it later. I'll ask about it another time. It's cool.
All right. And you all begin the trek back toward the road, and can I please get a d20 roll for an encounter check?
I did it last time. I can do it again if nobody wants to. I don't really care.
I can do it.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Zoe's afraid of her curse.
Look.
Oh, let's go. We finna fight someone? Hey,
Let's
hold on.
go! Fight time, fight time, fight time!
Is that what a 7 means?
You don't know. But the morning continues as the mist turns into more of a light rain.
It's raining.
It is raining.
Oof.
Which is not the most comfortable travel conditions, but the morning passes, and as sort of the sun pushes through the rain clouds, the rain ceases as midday comes around and the sun peeks through these sort of big gray storm clouds that still fill the skies. You have a respite from the rain for a couple of hours. Anything you guys would like to chat about as you're walking through the morning? Otherwise, I can get another d20 roll, please.
As the rain clears, Sirius stops being as tense as he was when it was raining.
Like visible? Like did he like? Is he like looking around? Like what's happening?
So, I mean, just like the last time where it was like, it was storming heavily last time, but even just in the rain, he's just sort of, a little tense. Not a big fan.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm scared that I'll get struck by lightning too. That's okay.
How else is he supposed to get his superpower, Cinque?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
This is true. The spider bite didn't work.
True. Maybe he gets struck by lightning next time.
How else am I supposed to get my superpowers? He says as he casts suggestion on somebody.
It's not that fun.
Getting struck by lightning?
Yeah.
Liz, have you
Struck
been
by
struck
lightning?
by lightning?
Were you like at the top of your boat, like waving your dagger or something, and like?
No.
When did you get struck by lightning?
Insight. I'm insight checking that.
I believe my friend.
With
No,
an
but
18,
I'm her
Zoe.
close. I am her friend. I can tell when
She
she's
was-
bullshitting.
I mean, she was not at the top of a boat with a dagger.
Okay. That's valid. All right. I clocked that. That's fine.
So when did you get struck by lightning?
Well, it wasn't quite struck by lightning. That was an exaggeration. It was just a joke.
I'm trying to figure out what the
So
exaggeration.
what was the not exaggeration?
Yeah, what are you exaggerating?
I don't remember. Liz is gonna run.
Lance is gonna be like, "What is happening right now?"
Liz is just
No
like fully
idea.
like dance, like skipping along in the rain.
I know I have like heavy armor on or whatever. Can Lance like run with her?
Liz is very fast.
I
But
know,
she is
like,
going to
right
tire
outside.
eventually. Girlfriend
gonna
cannot
say-
take full dash actions and bonus actions for the rest of the journey.
I was gonna say, I'm not trying to cast
Okay.
levitate on my friend, but I will.
I guess we can just follow her and continue traveling.
Liz goes for a bit until she tires out.
All right. Natalie caught you. You want to tell us about when you got struck by lightning? I'm just kidding. You got it. It's fine.
Yeah, if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. Well,
All right,
let's keep
moving.
it moving.
Let's keep it going.
All right. Can I please get a d20 roll?
Zoe should roll since she's hiding stuff from us.
Oh,
That's not bad.
That's a 9.
Hey, that's right in the middle of the other ones that we got.
It's true.
Sure is. As you travel through the height of the day, the rain is off and on for a couple of hours. And the sun begins to set in the sky, and you kind of, as the darkness falls a bit early because of the surrounding storm, can I get one last d20 roll as you're just outside of the turst fields?
make Kyra roll.
Sure.
The
Let's
jackal
see
ware
what
broke
happened.
out.
Oh God.
We gotta fight the jackal
All
ware.
right, let's see.
Oh, that's a good roll. 18.
Maybe.
Awesome. And as sort of you approach to the crackling of an incoming thunderstorm,
Mhm.
you arrive at the turst fields.
Nice.
And that is where we will pick up next time.
Cool. Does the turf fields look okay? Is it look normal? Nothing's going on with it? Nothing crazy's
It
happening?
didn't burn to the
Perception check.
ground.
We'll leave it with one last perception roll that y'all can make.
Okay. Can we all make perception rolls?
Sure.
Ouch! Ouch!
These are great. These are great.
It's stormy outside.
Hey, I see all.
We can't really see. There's too much mist, you know.
I see.
Yeah,
everything.
the rain is starting to come down pretty heavily, but Sirius, I think, is just be so relieved at seeing like civilization and a roof and like to get out of this thunderstorm that's brewing around all of you guys. Everything looks fine.
Cool.
Nice.
All right.
That's where we will pick up next session. Thank you all so much for joining us. If somebody who knows how to use Twitch better than I wants to trigger our Discord link, we're going to be hopping over there, hanging out after the session a little bit. If you guys want to come talk about all these flipping lore dumps we got, it's crazy. I think we had almost everybody. But we will be there if you want to come over and hang out with us. Is that link in the chat yet? It sure is. Thanks, guys. Thank you all for joining us. And we will see you probably the weekend of the 23rd.
That sounds right.
Something
23rd
like that.
sounds right.
Follow our social channels at Chan Divinity on pretty much every channel, and you'll see them. We'll talk to you guys soon.